Be able to.
Be able to.
することができる。
She is able to solve the problem. She is able to solve the problem.
彼女はその問題を解決できる。
A variety of.
A variety of.
さまざまな。
The store offers a variety of products. The store offers a variety of products.
その店はさまざまな製品を提供している。
Be interested in.
Be interested in.
に興味がある。
I'm interested in learning new languages. I'm interested in learning new languages.
新しい言語を学ぶことに興味がある。
Be likely to.
Be likely to.
しそうである。
It is likely to rain tomorrow. It is likely to rain tomorrow.
明日は雨が降りそうだ。
Be supposed to.
Be supposed to.
することになっている。
You are supposed to submit the report by Friday. You are supposed to submit the report by Friday.
金曜日までに報告書を提出することになっている。
Be aware of.
Be aware of.
に気づいている。
She is aware of the risks involved. She is aware of the risks involved.
彼女は関わるリスクに気づいている。
Break down.
Break down.
故障する。
The car broke down on the way to work. The car broke down on the way to work.
仕事に行く途中で車が故障した。
Bring up.
Bring up.
を育てる。
She brought up 3 children on her own. She brought up 3 children on her own.
彼女は一人で3人の子供を育てた。
Call off.
Call off.
を中止する。
The match was called off due to rain. The match was called off due to rain.
雨のため試合が中止された。
Catch up with.
Catch up with.
に追いつく。
She had to run to catch up with her friends. She had to run to catch up with her friends.
彼女は友達に追いつくために走らなければならなかった。
Come along with.
Come along with.
と一緒に来る。
He came along with his sister to the party. He came along with his sister to the party.
彼は妹と一緒にパーティーに来た。
Come out.
Come out.
現れる。
The sun came out after the storm. The sun came out after the storm.
嵐の後に太陽が出てきた。
Fall down.
Fall down.
転ぶ。
She fell down and hurt her knee. She fell down and hurt her knee.
彼女は転んで膝を痛めた。
For good.
For good.
永久に。
She moved to Canada for good. She moved to Canada for good.
彼女は永久にカナダに移住した。
For the sake of.
For the sake of.
のために。
She did it for the sake of her family. She did it for the sake of her family.
彼女は家族のためにそれをした。
Give in.
Give in.
屈服する。
She refused to give in to the pressure. She refused to give in to the pressure.
彼女はその圧力に屈することを拒否した。
Go back on.
Go back on.
を裏切る。
He never goes back on his word. He never goes back on his word.
彼は決して約束を破らない。
Have nothing to do with.
Have nothing to do with.
と関係がない。
This has nothing to do with me. This has nothing to do with me.
これは私とは関係がない。
In any case.
In any case.
いずれにせよ。
In any case, we need to finish this task. In any case, we need to finish this task.
いずれにせよ、この仕事を終わらせる必要がある。
In particular.
In particular.
特に。
I like fruits, apples in particular. I like fruits, apples in particular.
私は果物が好きで、特にリンゴが好きです。
In terms of.
In terms of.
の観点から、
In terms of cost, this option is better. In terms of cost, this option is better.
費用の観点から、このオプションの方が良い。
Insist on.
Insist on.
を主張する。
She insists on paying for dinner. She insists on paying for dinner.
彼女は夕食代を払うことを主張する。
Keep on.
Keep on.
続ける。
He kept on working despite the difficulties. He kept on working despite the difficulties.
彼は困難にもかかわらず働き続けた。
Write down.
Write down.
を書き留める。
She wrote down the instructions. She wrote down the instructions.
彼女は指示を書き留めた。
Add up.
Add up.
意味をなす。
His story doesn't add up. His story doesn't add up.
彼の話は意味をなさない。
After all.
After all.
結局のところ。
After all, it was just a misunderstanding. After all, it was just a misunderstanding.
結局のところ、それはただの誤解だった。
All of a sudden.
All of a sudden.
突然。
All of a sudden, the lights went out. All of a sudden, the lights went out.
突然、電気が消えた。
All the time.
All the time.
いつも。
He is busy all the time. He is busy all the time.
彼はいつも忙しい。
As a matter of fact.
As a matter of fact.
実際のところ。
As a matter of fact, I do know her. As a matter of fact, I do know her.
実際のところ、私は彼女を知っている。
As far as I know.
As far as I know.
私の知る限り。
As far as I know, she is coming to the party. As far as I know, she is coming to the party.
私の知る限り、彼女はパーティーに来る予定です。
As soon as possible.
As soon as possible.
できるだけ早く。
Please reply as soon as possible. Please reply as soon as possible.
できるだけ早く返信してください。
At least.
At least.
少なくとも。
You should sleep for at least 7 hours. You should sleep for at least 7 hours.
少なくとも7時間は寝るべきです。
At the same time.
At the same time.
同時に。
She can sing and dance at the same time. She can sing and dance at the same time.
彼女は同時に歌って踊ることができる。
As well as.
As well as.
だけでなく。
She is talented as well as hardworking. She is talented as well as hardworking.
彼女は勤勉なだけでなく才能もある。
Be accustomed to.
Be accustomed to.
に慣れている。
He is accustomed to waking up early. He is accustomed to waking up early.
彼は早起きに慣れている。
Be in charge of.
Be in charge of.
を担当している。
She is in charge of the project. She is in charge of the project.
彼女はそのプロジェクトを担当している。
Break out.
Break out.
発生する。
A fire broke out in the kitchen. A fire broke out in the kitchen.
台所で火事が発生した。
By accident.
By accident.
偶然に。
She met him by accident at the cafe. She met him by accident at the cafe.
彼女はカフェで彼に偶然会った。
By chance.
By chance.
偶然に。
She met her favorite actor by chance. She met her favorite actor by chance.
彼女は偶然にお気に入りの俳優に会った。
By mistake.
By mistake.
間違って。
She took the wrong book by mistake. She took the wrong book by mistake.
彼女は間違った本を取った。
By the way.
By the way.
ところで、
By the way, do you know where he is? By the way, do you know where he is?
ところで、彼がどこにいるか知っていますか？
Go on with.
Go on with.
を続ける。
She decided to go on with her studies. She decided to go on with her studies.
彼女は勉強を続けることに決めた。
Go through.
Go through.
を経験する。
She went through a lot of hardships. She went through a lot of hardships.
彼女は多くの苦労を経験した。
Grow out of.
Grow out of.
から成長する。
She grew out of her childhood fears. She grew out of her childhood fears.
彼女は子供の頃の恐怖から成長した。
Hand out.
Hand out.
を配布する。
The teacher handed out the worksheets. The teacher handed out the worksheets.
先生はワークシートを配布した。
Have a look at.
Have a look at.
を見る。
She asked him to have a look at the report. She asked him to have a look at the report.
彼女は彼にレポートを見てもらうように頼んだ。
Have confidence in.
Have confidence in.
に自信を持つ。
She has confidence in her abilities. She has confidence in her abilities.
彼女は自分の能力に自信を持っている。
Make a profit.
Make a profit.
利益を上げる。
The company made a profit last year. The company made a profit last year.
その会社は昨年利益を上げた。
Make use of.
Make use of.
を利用する。
She made use of her free time to study. She made use of her free time to study.
彼女は自由時間を勉強に利用した。
Object to.
Object to.
に反対する。
She objected to the new policy. She objected to the new policy.
彼女は新しい政策に反対した。
On the basis of.
On the basis of.
に基づいて。
The decision was made on the basis of facts. The decision was made on the basis of facts.
決定は事実に基づいて行われた。
On the other hand.
On the other hand.
一方で。
She is strict, but on the other hand, she is kind. She is strict, but on the other hand, she is kind.
彼女は厳しいが、一方で親切だ。
Once in a while.
Once in a while.
たまに。
We go out for dinner once in a while. We go out for dinner once in a while.
たまに外食に行く。
Out of sight.
Out of sight.
見えない。
The island disappeared out of sight. The island disappeared out of sight.
島が見えなくなった。
Part with.
Part with.
を手放す。
She had to part with her favorite dress. She had to part with her favorite dress.
彼女はお気に入りのドレスを手放さなければならなかった。
Pay attention to.
Pay attention to.
に注意を払う。
She pays attention to detail. She pays attention to detail.
彼女は細部に注意を払う。
Pick up.
Pick up.
を拾う。
She picked up a coin from the ground. She picked up a coin from the ground.
彼女は地面からコインを拾った。
Put on.
Put on.
を着る。
She put on her coat before leaving. She put on her coat before leaving.
彼女は出かける前にコートを着た。
Run into.
Run into.
に偶然出会う。
I ran into an old friend at the store. I ran into an old friend at the store.
店で旧友に偶然会った。
Set about.
Set about.
に取り掛かる。
She set about preparing for the exam. She set about preparing for the exam.
彼女は試験の準備に取り掛かった。
Set off.
Set off.
を引き起こす。
The alarm set off a loud noise. The alarm set off a loud noise.
アラームが大きな音を立てた。
Stand out.
Stand out.
目立つ。
She stands out in a crowd. She stands out in a crowd.
彼女は群衆の中で目立つ。
Take in.
Take in.
を取り入れる。
She took in the beautiful scenery. She took in the beautiful scenery.
彼女は美しい景色を取り入れた。
Take notice of.
Take notice of.
に注意する。
She took notice of the changes in the schedule. She took notice of the changes in the schedule.
彼女はスケジュールの変更に注意した。
Think of.
Think of.
のことを考える。
She often thinks of her family. She often thinks of her family.
彼女はよく家族のことを考える。
Turn down.
Turn down.
を断る。
She turned down the job offer. She turned down the job offer.
彼女はその仕事のオファーを断った。
Use up.
Use up.
を使い果たす。
She used up all the flour. She used up all the flour.
彼女は小麦粉を使い果たした。
Work out.
Work out.
うまくいく。
Everything worked out in the end. Everything worked out in the end.
結局すべてうまくいった。
According to.
According to.
によれば。
According to the weather forecast, it will rain. According to the weather forecast, it will rain.
天気予報によれば雨が降る。
Ahead of.
Ahead of.
より先に。
She finished the project ahead of schedule. She finished the project ahead of schedule.
彼女は予定より早くプロジェクトを終えた。
Apart from.
Apart from.
以外に。
Apart from math, she likes all subjects. Apart from math, she likes all subjects.
数学以外、彼女はすべての科目が好きだ。
As if.
As if.
まるでのように。
He talks as if he knows everything. He talks as if he knows everything.
彼はまるで何でも知っているかのように話す。
As long as.
As long as.
する限り。
You can stay as long as you like. You can stay as long as you like.
好きなだけ滞在できます。
As soon as.
As soon as.
するとすぐに。
Call me as soon as you arrive. Call me as soon as you arrive.
到着したらすぐに電話してください。
Be about to.
Be about to.
しようとしている。
She is about to leave for work. She is about to leave for work.
彼女は仕事に行こうとしている。
Be against.
Be against.
に反対している。
She is against the new policy. She is against the new policy.
彼女は新しい政策に反対している。
Be familiar with.
Be familiar with.
をよく知っている。
She is familiar with the new software. She is familiar with the new software.
彼女は新しいソフトウェアをよく知っている。
Be good at.
Be good at.
が得意である。
She is good at playing the piano. She is good at playing the piano.
彼女はピアノを弾くのが得意だ。
Be known for.
Be known for.
で知られている。
She is known for her kindness. She is known for her kindness.
彼女は親切で知られている。
Be ready to.
Be ready to.
する準備ができている。
She is ready to start the meeting. She is ready to start the meeting.
彼女は会議を始める準備ができている。
Be similar to.
Be similar to.
に似ている。
Her dress is similar to mine. Her dress is similar to mine.
彼女のドレスは私のものに似ている。
Be surprised at.
Be surprised at.
に驚く。
She was surprised at the news. She was surprised at the news.
彼女はそのニュースに驚いた。
Be tired of.
Be tired of.
に飽きる。
She is tired of eating the same food every day. She is tired of eating the same food every day.
彼女は毎日同じ食べ物を食べるのに飽きている。
Be used to.
Be used to.
に慣れている。
She is used to waking up early. She is used to waking up early.
彼女は早起きに慣れている。
By means of.
By means of.
の手段で。
He traveled by means of public transportation. He traveled by means of public transportation.
彼は公共交通機関を使って移動した。
By the time.
By the time.
するときまでに。
By the time she arrived, the party was over. By the time she arrived, the party was over.
彼女が到着した時には、パーティーは終わっていた。
Cut down on.
Cut down on.
を削減する。
She decided to cut down on sugar. She decided to cut down on sugar.
彼女は砂糖を減らすことに決めた。
End in.
End in.
で終わる。
The event ended in success. The event ended in success.
イベントは成功に終わった。
Fall off.
Fall off.
落ちる。
The leaves fall off the trees in autumn. The leaves fall off the trees in autumn.
秋には木の葉が落ちる。
Fill out.
Fill out.
に記入する。
She filled out the application form. She filled out the application form.
彼女は申込書に記入した。
In a hurry.
In a hurry.
急いで。
She left the house in a hurry. She left the house in a hurry.
彼女は急いで家を出た。
In case of.
In case of.
の場合。
In case of fire, use the stairs. In case of fire, use the stairs.
火事の場合は階段を使用してください。
In fact.
In fact.
実際に。
She looks young, but in fact, she is 40. She looks young, but in fact, she is 40.
彼女は若く見えるが、実際には40歳だ。
In need of.
In need of.
を必要としている。
She is in need of help. She is in need of help.
彼女は助けを必要としている。
In the face of.
In the face of.
に直面して。
She remained calm in the face of danger. She remained calm in the face of danger.
彼女は危険に直面しても冷静だった。
Kick out of.
Kick out of.
から追い出す。
She was kicked out of the club. She was kicked out of the club.
彼女はクラブから追い出された。
Let down.
Let down.
を失望させる。
She let down her friends. She let down her friends.
彼女は友達を失望させた。
Look for.
Look for.
を探す。
She is looking for her keys. She is looking for her keys.
彼女は鍵を探している。
Look out for.
Look out for.
に気をつける。
She always looks out for her younger brother. She always looks out for her younger brother.
彼女はいつも弟に気をつけている。
Make out.
Make out.
を理解する。
She couldn't make out what he was saying. She couldn't make out what he was saying.
彼女は彼が言っていることを理解できなかった。
Make sure of.
Make sure of.
を確かめる。
She made sure of the address before leaving. She made sure of the address before leaving.
彼女は出発前に住所を確かめた。
On behalf of.
On behalf of.
を代表して。
She spoke on behalf of the team. She spoke on behalf of the team.
彼女はチームを代表して話した。
On one's own.
On one's own.
自分自身で。
She traveled to the city on her own. She traveled to the city on her own.
彼女は自分自身でその都市を旅行した。
Out of date.
Out of date.
時代遅れで。
The information is out of date. The information is out of date.
その情報は時代遅れだ。
Prevent A from ing.
Prevent a from ing.
A がするのを防ぐ。
She prevented him from making a mistake. She prevented him from making a mistake.
彼女は彼が間違いを犯すのを防いだ。
Put away.
Put away.
を片付ける。
She put away the dishes after dinner. She put away the dishes after dinner.
彼女は夕食後に皿を片付けた。
Rely on.
Rely on.
に頼る。
She relies on her friends for support. She relies on her friends for support.
彼女は友人の支援に頼っている。
Result in.
Result in.
という結果になる。
The changes resulted in improved performance. The changes resulted in improved performance.
変更はパフォーマンスの向上という結果になった。
Run out of.
Run out of.
を使い果たす。
We ran out of milk this morning. We ran out of milk this morning.
今朝牛乳を使い果たした。
Set up.
Set up.
を設置する。
They set up a new company. They set up a new company.
彼らは新しい会社を設立した。
Show up.
Show up.
現れる。
She showed up at the party unexpectedly. She showed up at the party unexpectedly.
彼女は予期せずパーティーに現れた。
Stand up for.
Stand up for.
を擁護する。
She stood up for her beliefs. She stood up for her beliefs.
彼女は自分の信念を擁護した。
Succeed in.
Succeed in.
に成功する。
She succeeded in passing the exam. She succeeded in passing the exam.
彼女は試験に合格した。
Take away.
Take away.
を持ち去る。
The waiter took away the empty plates. The waiter took away the empty plates.
ウェイターは空の皿を持ち去った。
Take over.
Take over.
を引き継ぐ。
She will take over the project next week. She will take over the project next week.
彼女は来週そのプロジェクトを引き継ぐ。
Think over.
Think over.
を熟考する。
She needs time to think over the offer. She needs time to think over the offer.
彼女はその提案を熟考する時間が必要だ。
Turn in.
Turn in.
を提出する。
She turned in her homework on time. She turned in her homework on time.
彼女は宿題を時間通りに提出した。
Wake up.
Wake up.
目覚める。
She wakes up early every morning. She wakes up early every morning.
彼女は毎朝早く目覚める。
Wear out.
Wear out.
を使い古す。
She wore out her favorite shoes. She wore out her favorite shoes.
彼女はお気に入りの靴を使い古した。
As far as.
As far as.
の及ぶ限り。
As far as I know, she is coming to the party. As far as I know, she is coming to the party.
私の知る限り、彼女はパーティーに来る予定です。
Aside from.
Aside from.
の他に、
Aside from math, he likes all subjects. Aside from math, he likes all subjects.
数学以外、彼はすべての科目が好きだ。
At all costs.
At all costs.
どんな犠牲を払っても、
He wants to win the competition at all costs. He wants to win the competition at all costs.
彼はどんな犠牲を払ってもその競技会に勝ちたい。
At first.
At first.
最初は、
At first, I didn't like the idea. At first, I didn't like the idea.
最初はそのアイデアが気に入らなかった。
Cut off.
Cut off.
を切り離す。
The village was cut off by the storm. The village was cut off by the storm.
村は嵐で孤立した。
End up ing.
End up ing.
最終的にする。
She ended up buying the dress. She ended up buying the dress.
彼女は結局そのドレスを買った。
Fill up.
Fill up.
を満たす。
She filled up the tank with gas. She filled up the tank with gas.
彼女はタンクにガソリンを満たした。
In a sense.
In a sense.
ある意味で、
In a sense, it was a good experience. In a sense, it was a good experience.
ある意味では、それは良い経験だった。
In charge of.
In charge of.
を担当している。
She is in charge of the project. She is in charge of the project.
彼女はそのプロジェクトを担当している。
In favor of.
In favor of.
に賛成して、
She is in favor of the new policy. She is in favor of the new policy.
彼女は新しい政策に賛成している。
In order that.
In order that.
するために、
She studied hard in order that she might pass. She studied hard in order that she might pass.
彼女は合格するために一生懸命勉強した。
In the long run.
In the long run.
長い目で見れば、
In the long run, it will benefit everyone. In the long run, it will benefit everyone.
長い目で見れば、それはみんなに利益をもたらすだろ
Laugh at.
Laugh at.
を笑う。
She laughed at his joke. She laughed at his joke.
う。彼女は彼の冗談を笑った。
Live up to.
Live up to.
に応える。
She tried to live up to her parents' expectations. She tried to live up to her parents' expectations.
彼女は両親の期待に応えようとした。
Look forward to.
Look forward to.
を楽しみにする。
She is looking forward to the holidays. She is looking forward to the holidays.
彼女は休日を楽しみにしている。
Look over.
Look over.
を見渡す。
She looked over the documents carefully. She looked over the documents carefully.
彼女は書類を注意深く見渡した。
Make sense.
Make sense.
意味をなす。
His explanation makes sense. His explanation makes sense.
彼の説明は意味をなす。
Make the most of.
Make the most of.
を最大限に利用する。
She made the most of her opportunities. She made the most of her opportunities.
彼女はチャンスを最大限に利用した。
On business.
On business.
仕事で、
He is in Tokyo on business. He is in Tokyo on business.
彼は仕事で東京にいる。
On one's own.
On one's own.
自力で、
She completed the project on her own. She completed the project on her own.
彼女は自力でプロジェクトを完成させた。
Out of order.
Out of order.
故障している。
The elevator is out of order. The elevator is out of order.
エレベーターが故障している。
Provide A with B.
Provide A with B.
A に B を提供する。
She provided him with all the information he needed. She provided him with all the information he needed.
彼女は彼に必要な情報をすべて提供した。
Put forward.
Put forward.
を提案する。
She put forward a new idea at the meeting. She put forward a new idea at the meeting.
彼女は会議で新しいアイデアを提案した。
Remind A of B.
Remind A of B.
A に B を思い出させる。
The smell of the sea reminds me of my childhood. The smell of the sea reminds me of my childhood.
海の匂いが私に子供時代を思い出させる。
Rob A of B.
Rob A of B.
A から B を奪う。
The thief robbed her of her purse. The thief robbed her of her purse.
泥棒は彼女から財布を奪った。
Run over.
Run over.
を引く。
She accidentally ran over a squirrel. She accidentally ran over a squirrel.
彼女は誤ってリスを引いた。
Set up.
Set up.
を設立する。
They set up a new company. They set up a new company.
彼らは新しい会社を設立した。
Show up at.
Show up at.
に現れる。
She showed up at the party unexpectedly. She showed up at the party unexpectedly.
彼女は予期せずパーティーに現れた。
Stand up to.
Stand up to.
に抵抗する。
She stood up to the bully. She stood up to the bully.
彼女はいじめっ子に立ち向かった。
Suffer from.
Suffer from.
に苦しむ。
She suffers from allergies. She suffers from allergies.
彼女はアレルギーに苦しんでいる。
Take back.
Take back.
を撤回する。
She took back her words. She took back her words.
彼女は自分の言葉を撤回した。
Take part in.
Take part in.
に参加する。
She takes part in the local theater group. She takes part in the local theater group.
彼女は地元の劇団に参加している。
Throw away.
Throw away.
を捨てる。
She threw away the old magazines. She threw away the old magazines.
彼女は古い雑誌を捨てた。
Turn into.
Turn into.
に変わる。
The caterpillar turned into a butterfly. The caterpillar turned into a butterfly.
芋虫が蝶に変わった。
Walk out on.
Walk out on.
を見捨てる。
She walked out on her family. She walked out on her family.
彼女は家族を見捨てた。
Wear out.
Wear out.
を使い果たす、すり減らす。
She wore out her favorite shoes. She wore out her favorite shoes.
彼女はお気に入りの靴を使い果たした。
Deal in.
Deal in.
を扱う。
They deal in rare books. They deal in rare books.
彼らは希少本を扱っている。
Fall apart.
Fall apart.
崩壊する。
The old building is falling apart. The old building is falling apart.
古い建物が崩壊している。
Figure out.
Figure out.
を理解する。
He figured out how to fix the problem. He figured out how to fix the problem.
彼はその問題の解決方法を理解した。
Find out.
Find out.
を見つけ出す。
She found out the truth about the situation. She found out the truth about the situation.
彼女はその状況の真実を見つけ出した。
In a way.
In a way.
ある意味で、
In a way, it was a blessing in disguise. In a way, it was a blessing in disguise.
ある意味では、それは災い転じて福となるだった。
In common.
In common.
共通して、
They have a lot in common. They have a lot in common.
彼らには多くの共通点がある。
In front of.
In front of.
の前に、
She stood in front of the mirror. She stood in front of the mirror.
彼女は鏡の前に立った。
In order to.
In order to.
するために、
She studied hard in order to pass the exam. She studied hard in order to pass the exam.
彼女は試験に合格するために一生懸命勉強した。
In the meantime.
In the meantime.
その間に、
The new software will be installed soon. In the meantime, let's use the old one. The new software will be installed soon. In the meantime, let's use the old one.
新しいソフトウェアはすぐにインストールされます。その間、古いソフトウェアを使いましょ
う。lead to.
Lead to.
につながる。
Hard work leads to success. Hard work leads to success.
努力は成功につながる。
long for.
Long for.
を切望する。
She longed for a peaceful life. She longed for a peaceful life.
彼女は平穏な生活を切望していた。
look into.
Look into.
を調査する。
The police are looking into the case. The police are looking into the case.
警察はその事件を調査している。
look through.
Look through.
に目を通す。
She looked through the documents carefully. She looked through the documents carefully.
彼女は書類に注意深く目を通した。
make sense of.
Make sense of.
の意味を理解する。
She couldn't make sense of the instructions. She couldn't make sense of the instructions.
彼女は指示の意味を理解できなかった。
make up.
Make up.
を作り上げる。
They made up a story to entertain the children. They made up a story to entertain the children.
子供たちを楽しませるために話を作り上げた。
On condition that.
On condition that.
という条件で。
She agreed to help on condition that he paid her. She agreed to help on condition that he paid her.
彼女は彼が支払うという条件で手伝うことに同意した。
On purpose.
On purpose.
わざと。
She broke the vase on purpose. She broke the vase on purpose.
彼女はわざと花瓶を壊した。
Out of order.
Out of order.
故障して。
The elevator is out of order. The elevator is out of order.
エレベーターが故障している。
Put an end to.
Put an end to.
を終わらせる。
They put an end to the debate. They put an end to the debate.
彼らはその議論を終わらせた。
Put into practice.
Put into practice.
実行する。
She put her ideas into practice. She put her ideas into practice.
彼女は自分のアイデアを実行に移した。
Result from.
Result from.
から生じる。
The problems resulted from poor planning. The problems resulted from poor planning.
問題は計画不足から生じた。
Run after.
Run after.
を追いかける。
The dog ran after the cat. The dog ran after the cat.
犬が猫を追いかけた。
See off.
See off.
を見送る。
She went to the airport to see him off. She went to the airport to see him off.
彼女は彼を見送るために空港に行った。
Show off.
show off,
見せびらかす。
She loves to show off her new clothes. She loves to show off her new clothes.
彼女は新しい服を見せびらかすのが好きだ。
Speak of.
speak of,
について言及する。
She often speaks of her travels. She often speaks of her travels.
彼女はよく旅行について話す。
Stay up.
stay up,
起きている。
She stayed up late to finish her homework. She stayed up late to finish her homework.
彼女は宿題を終わらせるために遅くまで起きていた。
Sum up.
sum up,
を要約する。
She summed up the main points of the discussion. She summed up the main points of the discussion.
彼女は議論の主要なポイントを要約した。
Take care of.
take care of,
の世話をする。
She takes care of her younger brother. She takes care of her younger brother.
彼女は弟の世話をしている。
Take place.
take place,
起こる。
The concert will take place next week. The concert will take place next week.
コンサートは来週開催される。
To the point.
to the point,
的を射て。
Her comments were brief and to the point. Her comments were brief and to the point.
彼女のコメントは簡潔で的を射ていた。
Turn off.
turn off,
を消す。
She turned off the lights before leaving. She turned off the lights before leaving.
彼女は出かける前にライトを消した。
Watch out.
watch out,
注意する。
Watch out for cars when crossing the street. Watch out for cars when crossing the street.
通りを渡るときは車に注意して。
With respect to.
with respect to,
に関して。
With respect to the proposal, I have some concerns. With respect to the proposal, I have some concerns.
提案に関していくつか懸念があります。
At a loss.
at a loss,
途方に暮れて。
She was at a loss for words. She was at a loss for words.
彼女は言葉に詰まった。
At all.
at all,
全く。
She didn't understand the instructions at all. She didn't understand the instructions at all.
彼女は指示を全く理解できなかった。
At hand.
at hand,
手元に。
Keep your notes at hand during the meeting. Keep your notes at hand during the meeting.
会議中にメモを手元に置いてください。
At once.
at once,
すぐに。
Please come here at once. Please come here at once.
すぐにここに来てください。
By all means.
by all means,
ぜひとも。
By all means, let's proceed with the plan. By all means, let's proceed with the plan.
ぜひとも、その計画を進めましょ
By no means.
by no means,
決してない。
He is by no means a beginner. He is by no means a beginner.
う。彼は決して初心者ではない。
By oneself.
by oneself,
独力で。
She completed the task by herself. She completed the task by herself.
彼女は独力でそのタスクを完成させた。
Go on.
go on,
続ける。
She decided to go on with her studies. She decided to go on with her studies.
彼女は勉強を続けることに決めた。
Go through with.
go through with,
をやり遂げる。
She went through with the plan despite the risks. She went through with the plan despite the risks.
彼女はリスクにもかかわらず計画をやり遂げた。
Grow up.
grow up,
成長する。
She grew up in a small village. She grew up in a small village.
彼女は小さな村で成長した。
Hang on to.
Hang on to.
にしがみつく。
She hung onto the railing to avoid falling. She hung onto the railing to avoid falling.
彼女は転ばないように手すりにしがみついた。
Hang up.
Hang up.
をかける。
She hung up her coat in the closet. She hung up her coat in the closet.
彼女はコートをクローゼットにかけた。
Have an influence on.
Have an influence on.
に影響を与える。
Her speech had a strong influence on the audience. Her speech had a strong influence on the audience.
彼女のスピーチは聴衆に強い影響を与えた。
Make a reservation.
Make a reservation.
予約する。
She made a reservation at the restaurant. She made a reservation at the restaurant.
彼女はレストランの予約をした。
Make an effort.
Make an effort.
努力する。
She made an effort to improve her grades. She made an effort to improve her grades.
彼女は成績を上げるために努力した。
Make fun of.
Make fun of.
をからかう。
She made fun of his accent. She made fun of his accent.
彼女は彼のアクセントをからかった。
Occur to.
Occur to.
の心に浮かぶ。
It occurred to her that she forgot her keys. It occurred to her that she forgot her keys.
彼女は鍵を忘れたことに気づいた。
On account of.
On account of.
のために。
The event was cancelled on account of the weather. The event was cancelled on account of the weather.
イベントは天候のために中止された。
On the whole.
On the whole.
全体として。
On the whole, the project was a success. On the whole, the project was a success.
全体として、そのプロジェクトは成功だった。
Out of control.
Out of control.
制御不能で。
The fire got out of control quickly. The fire got out of control quickly.
火事がすぐに制御不能になった。
Out of the blue.
Out of the blue.
突然に。
She called me out of the blue. She called me out of the blue.
彼女は突然私に電話をかけてきた。
Pass away.
Pass away.
亡くなる。
Her grandfather passed away last year. Her grandfather passed away last year.
彼女の祖父は昨年亡くなった。
Pay for.
Pay for.
の代金を払う。
She paid for the meal. She paid for the meal.
彼女は食事代を払った。
Play a role in.
Play a role in.
で役割を果たす。
She played a key role in the negotiations. She played a key role in the negotiations.
彼女は交渉で重要な役割を果たした。
Put up with.
Put up with.
を我慢する。
She can't put up with the noise anymore. She can't put up with the noise anymore.
彼女はもうこれ以上騒音を我慢できない。
Refer to.
Refer to.
に言及する。
She often refers to her notes during meetings. She often refers to her notes during meetings.
彼女は会議中によくノートに言及する。
Run away from.
Run away from.
から逃げる。
The dog ran away from home. The dog ran away from home.
犬が家から逃げた。
Set about.
Set about.
に取り掛かる。
She set about preparing for the exam. She set about preparing for the exam.
彼女は試験の準備に取り掛かった。
Set aside.
Set aside.
を取っておく。
She set aside some money for the trip. She set aside some money for the trip.
彼女は旅行のためにお金を取っておいた。
Set out.
Set out.
出発する。
They set out on their journey early in the morning. They set out on their journey early in the morning.
彼らは早朝に旅に出発した。
Take advantage of.
Take advantage of.
を利用する。
She took advantage of the sale. She took advantage of the sale.
彼女はセールを利用した。
Take off.
Take off.
を脱ぐ。
She took off her coat when she got home. She took off her coat when she got home.
彼女は家に帰るとコートを脱いだ。
Be anxious about.
Be anxious about.
を心配している。
She is anxious about the exam results. She is anxious about the exam results.
彼女は試験の結果を心配している。
Be based on.
Be based on.
に基づいている。
The movie is based on a true story. The movie is based on a true story.
その映画は実話に基づいている。
Be busy with.
Be busy with.
で忙しい。
She is busy with her homework. She is busy with her homework.
彼女は宿題で忙しい。
Be composed of.
Be composed of.
で構成されている。
The committee is composed of experts. The committee is composed of experts.
委員会は専門家で構成されている。
Be concerned about.
Be concerned about.
を心配している。
She is concerned about her health. She is concerned about her health.
彼女は自分の健康を心配している。
Be concerned with.
Be concerned with.
に関係している。
The report is concerned with climate change. The report is concerned with climate change.
その報告書は気候変動に関するものだ。
Be confident of.
Be confident of.
を確信している。
She is confident of her success. She is confident of her success.
彼女は自分の成功を確信している。
Be conscious of.
Be conscious of.
を意識している。
She is conscious of her appearance. She is conscious of her appearance.
彼女は自分の外見を意識している。
Be contrary to.
Be contrary to.
に反している。
His actions are contrary to the rules. His actions are contrary to the rules.
彼の行動は規則に反している。
Be convinced of.
Be convinced of.
を確信している。
She is convinced of his innocence. She is convinced of his innocence.
彼女は彼の無実を確信している。
Be dependent on.
Be dependent on.
に依存している。
She is dependent on her parents for support. She is dependent on her parents for support.
彼女は支援を親に依存している。
Be derived from.
Be derived from.
に由来する。
The word is derived from Latin. The word is derived from Latin.
その単語はラテン語に由来する。
Be devoted to.
Be devoted to.
に専念している。
She is devoted to her family. She is devoted to her family.
彼女は家族に専念している。
Be disappointed with.
Be disappointed with.
に失望している。
She was disappointed with the results. She was disappointed with the results.
彼女は結果に失望した。
Be eager to.
Be eager to.
することを切望している。
She is eager to start her new job. She is eager to start her new job.
彼女は新しい仕事を始めることを切望している。
Be eligible for.
Be eligible for.
の資格がある。
She is eligible for the scholarship. She is eligible for the scholarship.
彼女は奨学金の資格がある。
Be equipped with.
Be equipped with.
を備えている。
The car is equipped with the latest technology. The car is equipped with the latest technology.
その車は最新の技術を備えている。
Be essential to.
Be essential to.
に不可欠である。
Water is essential to life. Water is essential to life.
水は生命に不可欠である。
Be familiar to.
Be familiar to.
に知られている。
Her face is familiar to me. Her face is familiar to me.
彼女の顔は私に見覚えがある。
Be famous for.
Be famous for.
で有名である。
Paris is famous for its fashion. Paris is famous for its fashion.
パリはそのファッションで有名である。
Be fed up with.
Be fed up with.
にうんざりしている。
She is fed up with the noise. She is fed up with the noise.
彼女は騒音にうんざりしている。
Be filled with.
Be filled with.
でいっぱいである。
The room was filled with laughter. The room was filled with laughter.
部屋は笑い声でいっぱいだった。
Be fond of.
Be fond of.
を好む。
She is fond of chocolate. She is fond of chocolate.
彼女はチョコレートが好きだ。
Be free from.
Be free from.
がない。
The area is free from pollution. The area is free from pollution.
その地域は汚染がない。
Be full of.
Be full of.
でいっぱいである。
The bag is full of groceries. The bag is full of groceries.
バッグは食料品でいっぱいだ。
Be guilty of.
Be guilty of.
の罪を犯している。
He was found guilty of theft. He was found guilty of theft.
彼は窃盗の罪を犯していた。
Be identical to.
Be identical to.
と同一である。
His response was identical to mine. His response was identical to mine.
彼の反応は私のものと同一だった。
Be indifferent to.
Be indifferent to.
に無関心である。
He is indifferent to politics. He is indifferent to politics.
彼は政治に無関心だ。
Be inferior to.
Be inferior to.
より劣っている。
This product is inferior to the other brand. This product is inferior to the other brand.
この製品は他のブランドより劣っている。
Be involved in.
Be involved in.
に関与している。
She is involved in many community activities. She is involved in many community activities.
彼女は多くの地域活動に関与している。
Be jealous of.
Be jealous of.
をやむ。
She is jealous of her sister's achievements. She is jealous of her sister's achievements.
彼女は姉の業績を妬んでいる。
Be known as.
Be known as.
として知られている。
He is known as a talented musician. He is known as a talented musician.
彼は才能ある音楽家として知られている。
Be late for.
Be late for.
に遅れる。
She was late for the meeting. She was late for the meeting.
彼女は会議に遅れた。
Be made from.
Be made from.
から作られている。
Wine is made from grapes. Wine is made from grapes.
ワインはブドウから作られている。
Be made of.
Be made of.
でできている。
The table is made of wood. The table is made of wood.
そのテーブルは木でできている。
Be married to.
Be married to.
と結婚している。
She is married to a famous actor. She is married to a famous actor.
彼女は有名な俳優と結婚している。
Be opposed to.
Be opposed to.
に反対している。
She is opposed to the new policy. She is opposed to the new policy.
彼女は新しい政策に反対している。
Be particular about.
Be particular about.
についてこだわる。
She is very particular about her appearance. She is very particular about her appearance.
彼女は自分の外見に非常にこだわる。
Be popular with.
Be popular with.
に人気がある。
She is popular with her classmates. She is popular with her classmates.
彼女はクラスメートに人気がある。
Be preferable to.
Be preferable to.
より好ましい。
Traveling by train is preferable to flying. Traveling by train is preferable to flying.
電車での旅行は飛行機より好ましい。
Be present at.
Be present at.
に出席している。
She was present at the meeting. She was present at the meeting.
彼女は会議に出席していた。
Be proud of.
Be proud of.
を誇りに思う。
She is proud of her achievements. She is proud of her achievements.
彼女は自分の業績を誇りに思っている。
Be responsible for.
Be responsible for.
に責任がある。
She is responsible for the project's success. She is responsible for the project's success.
彼女はプロジェクトの成功に責任がある。
Be rich in.
Be rich in.
に富んでいる。
This region is rich in natural resources. This region is rich in natural resources.
この地域は天然資源に富んでいる。
Be satisfied with.
Be satisfied with.
に満足している。
She is satisfied with her job. She is satisfied with her job.
彼女は自分の仕事に満足している。
Be sorry for.
Be sorry for.
をすまなく思う。
She is sorry for being late. She is sorry for being late.
彼女は遅刻をすまなく思っている。
Be subject to.
Be subject to.
の影響を受ける。
Prices are subject to change without notice. Prices are subject to change without notice.
価格は予告なしに変更される場合があります。
Be superior to.
Be superior to.
より優れている。
This model is superior to the previous one. This model is superior to the previous one.
このモデルは前のモデルより優れている。
Be sure of.
Be sure of.
を確信している。
She is sure of her decision. She is sure of her decision.
彼女は自分の決定を確信している。
Be worried about.
Be worried about.
を心配している。
She is worried about her health. She is worried about her health.
彼女は自分の健康を心配している。
Break away from.
Break away from.
から逃れる。
She broke away from the group. She broke away from the group.
彼女はグループから逃れた。
Break into.
Break into.
に侵入する。
Someone broke into her house last night. Someone broke into her house last night.
昨晩誰かが彼女の家に侵入した。
Break up with.
Break up with.
と別れる。
She broke up with her boyfriend. She broke up with her boyfriend.
彼女は彼氏と別れた。
Bring about.
Bring about.
をもたらす。
The new law brought about significant changes. The new law brought about significant changes.
新しい法律は大きな変化をもたらした。
Bring in.
Bring in.
をもたらす。
The new product brought in a lot of revenue. The new product brought in a lot of revenue.
新製品は多くの収益をもたらした。
Bring out.
Bring out.
を引き出す。
The teacher brought out the best in her students. The teacher brought out the best in her students.
先生は生徒たちの最善を引き出した。
Call for.
Call for.
を要求する。
The situation calls for immediate action. The situation calls for immediate action.
状況は即時の行動を要求している。
Call in.
Call in.
を呼び入れる。
They called in a specialist to examine the case. They called in a specialist to examine the case.
彼らはケースを調査するために専門家を呼び入れた。
Call on.
Call on.
を訪問する。
She called on her neighbors. She called on her neighbors.
彼女は隣人を訪問した。
Carry on.
Carry on.
を続ける。
She decided to carry on with her studies. She decided to carry on with her studies.
彼女は勉強を続けることに決めた。
Carry out.
Carry out.
を実行する。
She carried out the plan successfully. She carried out the plan successfully.
彼女は計画を成功に実行した。
Catch sight of.
Catch sight of.
を見つける。
She caught sight of him in the crowd. She caught sight of him in the crowd.
彼女は群衆の中で彼を見つけた。
Check in.
Check in.
チェックインする。
They checked in at the hotel. They checked in at the hotel.
彼らはホテルにチェックインした。
Check up on.
Check up on.
を確認する。
She checked up on her friend after the accident. She checked up on her friend after the accident.
彼女は事故の後に友人の様子を確認した。
Come across.
Come across.
に偶然出会う。
She came across an old photo in the attic. She came across an old photo in the attic.
彼女は屋根裏で古い写真に偶然出会った。
Come back.
Come back.
戻る。
She will come back from her trip next week. She will come back from her trip next week.
彼女は来週旅行から戻る。
Come by.
Come by.
を手に入れる。
She came by a rare book at the market. She came by a rare book at the market.
彼女は市場で珍しい本を手に入れた。
Come down with.
Come down with.
にかかる。
She came down with the flu. She came down with the flu.
彼女はインフルエンザにかかった。
Come up against.
Come up against.
に直面する。
She came up against many challenges in her career. She came up against many challenges in her career.
彼女はキャリアで多くの課題に直面した。
Come up with.
Come up with.
を思いつく。
She came up with a brilliant idea. She came up with a brilliant idea.
彼女は素晴らしいアイデアを思いついた。
Consist of.
Consist of.
からなる。
The committee consists of 10 members. The committee consists of 10 members.
委員会は10人のメンバーで構成されている。
Cope with.
Cope with.
に対処する。
She has to cope with a lot of stress at work. She has to cope with a lot of stress at work.
彼女は仕事のストレスに対処しなければならない。
Count on.
Count on.
を頼りにする。
She can count on her friends for support. She can count on her friends for support.
彼女は友人の支援を頼りにできる。
Deal with.
Deal with.
に対処する。
She has to deal with many clients daily. She has to deal with many clients daily.
彼女は毎日多くの顧客に対処しなければならない。
Do away with.
Do away with.
を廃止する。
They decided to do away with the old system. They decided to do away with the old system.
彼らは古いシステムを廃止することに決めた。
Fall for.
Fall for.
に騙される。
She fell for his lies. She fell for his lies.
彼女は彼の嘘に騙された。
For a change.
For a change.
気分転換に。
Let's go out for a change. Let's go out for a change.
気分転換に外出しよう。
For a while.
For a while.
しばらく。
She will stay here for a while. She will stay here for a while.
彼女はしばらくここに滞在する。
For example,
For example.
例えば、
she likes to travel to different countries, for example, Japan. She likes to travel to different countries, for example, Japan.
彼女は様々な国を旅行するのが好きだ。例えば、日本。
For good.
For good.
永遠に。
He left the city for good. He left the city for good.
彼はその都市を永遠に去った。
For instance,
For instance.
例えば、
she loves fruits, for instance, apples and bananas. She loves fruits, for instance, apples and bananas.
彼女は果物が好きだ。例えば、リンゴやバナナ。
From now on.
From now on.
今後。
From now on, I will exercise every day. From now on, I will exercise every day.
今後、毎日運動するつもりだ。
Get along with.
Get along with.
と仲良くやっていく。
She gets along with her coworkers. She gets along with her coworkers.
彼女は同僚と仲良くやっている。
Get around.
Get around.
を避ける。
He managed to get around a problem. He managed to get around a problem.
彼は問題をうまく避けた。
Get away with.
Get away with.
をうまくやる。
He got away with cheating on the test. He got away with cheating on the test.
彼はテストでカンニングをうまくやり過ごした。
Get in touch with.
Get in touch with.
と連絡を取る。
She needs to get in touch with her old friend. She needs to get in touch with her old friend.
彼女は昔の友人と連絡を取る必要がある。
Get off.
Get off.
から降りる。
She got off the bus at the next stop. She got off the bus at the next stop.
彼女は次の停留所でバスを降りた。
Get on.
Get on.
に乗る。
She got on the bus to go to work. She got on the bus to go to work.
彼女は仕事に行くためにバスに乗った。
Get out of.
Get out of.
から降りる。
She got out of the car quickly. She got out of the car quickly.
彼女は素早く車から降りた。
Get over.
Get over.
を克服する。
She got over her fear of heights. She got over her fear of heights.
彼女は高所恐怖症を克服した。
Get rid of.
Get rid of.
を取り除く。
She wants to get rid of old clothes. She wants to get rid of old clothes.
彼女は古い服を処分したい。
Get through.
Get through.
を乗り越える。
She got through a tough week at work. She got through a tough week at work.
彼女は仕事で厳しい1週間を乗り越えた。
Give out.
Give out.
を配る。
She gave out flyers for the event. She gave out flyers for the event.
彼女はイベントのチラシを配った。
Give up.
Give up.
を諦める。
She gave up smoking for her health. She gave up smoking for her health.
彼女は健康のために喫煙をやめた。
Go along with.
Go along with.
に賛成する。
She went along with the group's decision. She went along with the group's decision.
彼女はグループの決定に賛成した。
Go in for.
Go in for.
に参加する。
She decided to go in for the competition. She decided to go in for the competition.
彼女はその競技に参加することに決めた。
Go off.
Go off.
鳴る。
The alarm went off at 6 a.m. The alarm went off at 6 a.m.
目覚まし時計が午前6時になった。
Have something to do with.
Have something to do with.
と関係がある。
She has something to do with the new project. She has something to do with the new project.
彼女は新しいプロジェクトに関係がある。
Hold out against.
Hold out against.
に耐える。
She held out against the pressure to quit. She held out against the pressure to quit.
彼女は辞めるというプレッシャーに耐えた。
Hold up.
Hold up.
を持ち上げる。
He held up the trophy for everyone to see. He held up the trophy for everyone to see.
彼はみんなが見えるようにトロフィーを持ち上げた。
Impose on.
Impose on.
に押し付ける。
He imposed his views on his colleagues. He imposed his views on his colleagues.
彼は同僚に自分の意見を押し付けた。
In addition.
In addition.
加えて。
She is a talented singer. In addition, she plays the guitar. She is a talented singer. In addition, she plays the guitar.
彼女は才能のある歌手だ。加えて、ギターも弾く。
In addition to.
In addition to.
に加えて。
In addition to English, she speaks Spanish. In addition to English, she speaks Spanish.
英語に加えて、彼女はスペイン語を話す。
In advance.
In advance.
前もって。
She prepared the presentation in advance. She prepared the presentation in advance.
彼女は前もってプレゼンテーションを準備した。
In brief.
In brief.
手短に。
In brief, the meeting was a success. In brief, the meeting was a success.
手短に言えば、会議は成功だった。
In contrast to.
In contrast to.
とは対照的に。
In contrast to her sister, she is very shy. In contrast to her sister, she is very shy.
彼女の姉とは対照的に、彼女は非常に内気だ。
In fact.
In fact.
実際には。
She looks young, but in fact, she is over 40. She looks young, but in fact, she is over 40.
彼女は若く見えるが、実際には40歳を超えている。
In general.
In general.
一般に。
In general, people are satisfied with the service. In general, people are satisfied with the service.
一般に、人々はサービスに満足している。
In place.
In place.
その場所に。
The furniture was all in place. The furniture was all in place.
家具はすべてその場所にあった。
In place of.
In place of.
の代わりに。
She used honey in place of sugar. She used honey in place of sugar.
彼女は砂糖の代わりに蜂蜜を使った。
In progress.
In progress.
進行中で。
The project is still in progress. The project is still in progress.
プロジェクトはまだ進行中だ。
In short.
In short.
要するに。
In short, we need more time. In short, we need more time.
要するに、もっと時間が必要だ。
In spite of.
In spite of.
にもかかわらず。
She succeeded in spite of the difficulties. She succeeded in spite of the difficulties.
彼女は困難にもかかわらず成功した。
In terms of.
In terms of.
に関して。
In terms of cost, this option is cheaper. In terms of cost, this option is cheaper.
費用に関して、このオプションは安い。
In the course of.
In the course of.
の過程で。
She learned a lot in the course of her studies. She learned a lot in the course of her studies.
彼女は勉強の過程で多くを学んだ。
In the end.
In the end.
最終的に。
In the end, they decided to cancel the trip. In the end, they decided to cancel the trip.
最終的に、彼らは旅行をキャンセルすることに決めた。
In time.
In time.
間に合って。
She arrived just in time for the meeting. She arrived just in time for the meeting.
彼女は会議にちょうど間に合って到着した。
In turn.
In turn.
順番に。
She answered the questions in turn. She answered the questions in turn.
彼女は順番に質問に答えた。
Inform A of B.
Inform A of B.
A に B を知らせる。
She informed him of the changes. She informed him of the changes.
彼女は彼に変更を知らせた。
Invest in.
Invest in.
に投資する。
She invested in the stock market. She invested in the stock market.
彼女は株式市場に投資した。
Keep in mind.
Keep in mind.
覚えておく。
Keep in mind the deadline for the project. Keep in mind the deadline for the project.
プロジェクトの締め切りを覚えておいてください。
Keep in touch with.
Keep in touch with.
と連絡を保つ。
She keeps in touch with her old friends. She keeps in touch with her old friends.
彼女は昔の友達と連絡を持っている。
Keep up with.
Keep up with.
に遅れずについていく。
She tries to keep up with the latest trends. She tries to keep up with the latest trends.
彼女は最新のトレンドに遅れずについていこうとしている。
Leave out.
Leave out.
を省く。
She left out an important detail in the report. She left out an important detail in the report.
彼女は報告書で重要な詳細を省いた。
Look back on.
Look back on.
を振り返る。
She looked back on her childhood with fondness. She looked back on her childhood with fondness.
彼女は幼少期を懐かしんで振り返った。
Look down on.
Look down on.
を見下す。
She never looks down on others. She never looks down on others.
彼女は他人を見下すことはない。
Look out.
Look out.
注意する。
Look out for cars when crossing the street. Look out for cars when crossing the street.
通りを渡るときは車に注意して。
Look up.
Look up.
を調べる。
She looked up the word in the dictionary. She looked up the word in the dictionary.
彼女は辞書でその単語を調べた。
Make a decision.
Make a decision.
決定する。
She made a decision to change her career. She made a decision to change her career.
彼女はキャリアを変える決定をした。
Make a difference.
Make a difference.
影響を与える。
Her efforts made a difference in the community. Her efforts made a difference in the community.
彼女の努力は地域社会に影響を与えた。
Make a living.
Make a living.
生計を立てる。
She makes a living as a writer. She makes a living as a writer.
彼女は作家として生計を立てている。
Make a mistake.
Make a mistake.
間違える。
She made a mistake on the exam. She made a mistake on the exam.
彼女は試験で間違えた。
Take up.
Take up.
を始める。
She decided to take up yoga. She decided to take up yoga.
彼女はヨガを始めることにした。
Talk over.
Talk over.
について話し合う。
They talked over the plan with their team. They talked over the plan with their team.
彼らはチームと計画について話し合った。
Tell A from B.
Tell from B.
A と B を見分ける。
She can easily tell a cat from a dog. She can easily tell a cat from a dog.
彼女は簡単に猫と犬を見分けることができる。
Tell a lie.
Tell a lie.
嘘をつく。
She told a lie to avoid trouble. She told a lie to avoid trouble.
彼女はトラブルを避けるために嘘をついた。
Think of.
Think of.
を思い出す。
She often thinks of her childhood. She often thinks of her childhood.
彼女はよく子供時代を思い出す。
Turn on.
Turn on.
をつける。
She turned on the lights when she got home. She turned on the lights when she got home.
彼女は帰宅するとライトをつけた。
Turn out.
Turn out.
であることが判明する。
The rumor turned out to be false. The rumor turned out to be false.
その噂は間違いであることが判明した。
Turn to.
Turn to.
に頼る。
She turned to her family for support. She turned to her family for support.
彼女は支援を家族に頼った。
Turn up.
Turn up.
現れる。
She turned up at the party unexpectedly. She turned up at the party unexpectedly.
彼女は予期せずパーティーに現れた。
Turn up.
Turn up.
を見つける。現れる。
She turned up a missing document. She turned up a missing document.
彼女は行方不明の書類を見つけた。
Under control.
Under control.
制御されて。
The situation is now under control. The situation is now under control.
状況は現在制御されている。
Under the influence of.
Under the influence of.
の影響下で。
He was driving under the influence of alcohol. He was driving under the influence of alcohol.
彼はアルコールの影響下で運転していた。
Up to.
Up to.
に至るまで。
The road is closed up to the bridge. The road is closed up to the bridge.
道路は橋まで閉鎖されている。
Watch out for.
Watch out for.
に注意する。
Watch out for cars when crossing the street. Watch out for cars when crossing the street.
通りを渡るときは車に注意して。
Without fail.
Without fail.
必ず。
She completes her assignments on time without fail. She completes her assignments on time without fail.
彼女は必ず時間通りに課題を終わらせる。
Work out.
Work out.
を解決する。うまくいく。
They worked out the problem together. They worked out the problem together.
彼らは一緒に問題を解決した。
Be afraid of.
Be afraid of.
を恐れる。
She is afraid of heights. She is afraid of heights.
彼女は高所恐怖症だ。
Be angry with.
Be angry with.
に怒っている。
She is angry with him for being late. She is angry with him for being late.
彼女は彼が遅れたことに怒っている。
Be ashamed of.
Be ashamed of.
を恥じている。
She is ashamed of her behavior. She is ashamed of her behavior.
彼女は自分の行動を恥じている。
Be associated with.
Be associated with.
と関係がある。
She is associated with the new project. She is associated with the new project.
彼女は新しいプロジェクトに関係がある。
Be capable of.
Be capable of.
の能力がある。
She is capable of solving the problem. She is capable of solving the problem.
彼女は問題を解決する能力がある。
Be excited about.
Be excited about.
に興奮している。
She is excited about the upcoming trip. She is excited about the upcoming trip.
彼女は今度の旅行に興奮している。
Be independent of.
Be independent of.
から独立している。
She is independent of her parents. She is independent of her parents.
彼女は両親から独立している。
Call up.
Call up.
に電話をかける。
She called up her friend to chat. She called up her friend to chat.
彼女はおしゃべりするために友達に電話をかけた。
Carry on with.
Carry on with.
を続ける。
She decided to carry on with her studies. She decided to carry on with her studies.
彼女は勉強を続けることに決めた。
Check out.
Check out.
チェックアウトする。
They checked out of the hotel early in the morning. They checked out of the hotel early in the morning.
彼らは早朝にホテルをチェックアウトした。
Come up to.
Come up to.
に達する。
The water level came up to his knees. The water level came up to his knees.
水位は彼の膝まで達した。
Fall in love with.
Fall in love with.
に恋をする。
She fell in love with him at first sight. She fell in love with him at first sight.
彼女は一目で彼に恋をした。
For now.
For now.
今のところ。
Let's leave it as it is for now. Let's leave it as it is for now.
今のところ、そのままにしておこう。
For the time being.
For the time being.
当分の間。
For the time being, they will work from home. For the time being, they will work from home.
当分の間、彼らは自宅で仕事をする。
Get along with.
Get along with.
と仲良くする。
She gets along with her coworkers. She gets along with her coworkers.
彼女は同僚と仲良くしている。
Get in.
Get in.
に乗る。
She got in the car and drove off. She got in the car and drove off.
彼女は車に乗って走り去った。
Give in to.
Give into.
に屈する。
She finally gave in to the pressure. She finally gave in to the pressure.
彼女は最終的にプレッシャーに屈した。
Give up on.
Give up on.
を諦める。
She gave up on her dream of becoming a dancer. She gave up on her dream of becoming a dancer.
彼女はダンサーになる夢を諦めた。
Go into.
Go into.
を調査する。
They went into the details of the project. They went into the details of the project.
彼らはプロジェクトの詳細を調査した。
Hold on to.
Hold on to.
を持ち続ける。
She held on to the hope of finding him. She held on to the hope of finding him.
彼女は彼を見つける希望を持ち続けた。
In case.
In case.
の場合に備えて。
Take an umbrella in case it rains. Take an umbrella in case it rains.
雨が降る場合に備えて傘を持って行ってください。
In person.
In person.
直接に。
She wants to meet him in person. She wants to meet him in person.
彼女は彼に直接会いたい。
In the absence of.
In the absence of.
の不在で。
In the absence of the manager, she took charge. In the absence of the manager, she took charge.
マネージャーが不在の間、彼女が指揮を取った。
Interfere with.
Interfere with.
を妨げる。
The noise interfered with her concentration. The noise interfered with her concentration.
騒音が彼女の集中を妨げた。
Keep from.
Keep from.
を控える。
She tried to keep from laughing during the meeting. She tried to keep from laughing during the meeting.
彼女は会議中に笑うのを控えようとした。
Keep one's word.
Keep one's word.
約束を守る。
She always keeps her word. She always keeps her word.
彼女はいつも約束を守る。
Go over.
Go over.
を見直す。
She went over her notes before the test. She went over her notes before the test.
彼女はテストの前にノートを見直した。
Go without.
Go without.
なしで済ます。
They had to go without lunch because they were busy. They had to go without lunch because they were busy.
彼らはせわしかったので昼食なしで済ませなければならなかった。
Hand in.
Hand in.
を提出する。
She handed in her assignment on time. She handed in her assignment on time.
彼女は時間通りに課題を提出した。
Hang out.
Hang out.
ブラブラする。
They like to hang out at the mall. They like to hang out at the mall.
彼らはショッピングモールでブラブラするのが好きだ。
Have an effect on.
Have an effect on.
に影響を与える。
The weather can have an effect on your mood. The weather can have an effect on your mood.
天気は気分に影響を与えることがある。
Have faith in.
Have faith in.
を信じる。
She has faith in her abilities. She has faith in her abilities.
彼女は自分の能力を信じている。
Make allowance for.
Make allowance for.
を考慮に入れる。
They made allowance for the delay in their plans. They made allowance for the delay in their plans.
彼らは計画の遅れを考慮に入れた。
Name A after B.
Name A after B.
B の名前を取って A と名付ける。
They named their son after his grandfather. They named their son after his grandfather.
彼らは祖父の名前を取って息子を名付けた。
Of course.
Of course.
もちろん。
Of course, you can come to the party. Of course, you can come to the party.
もちろん、パーティーに来てもいいですよ。
On the contrary.
On the contrary.
それどころか。
He wasn't tired. On the contrary, he felt full of energy. He wasn't tired. On the contrary, he felt full of energy.
彼は疲れていなかった。それどころか、エネルギーが満ちていた。
On time.
On time.
時間通りに。
She always arrives on time. She always arrives on time.
彼女はいつも時間通りに到着する。
Out of breath.
Out of breath.
息切れして。
She was out of breath after running up the stairs. She was out of breath after running up the stairs.
彼女は階段を駆け上がった後、息切れしていた。
Out of the question.
Out of the question.
論外で。
Going out in this storm is out of the question. Going out in this storm is out of the question.
この嵐の中外でするのは論外だ。
Pay a visit to.
Pay a visit to.
を訪問する。
She plans to pay a visit to her grandparents. She plans to pay a visit to her grandparents.
彼女は祖父母を訪問する予定だ。
Persist in.
Persist in.
に固執する。
She persisted in her efforts despite the setbacks. She persisted in her efforts despite the setbacks.
彼女は挫折にもかかわらず努力を続けた。
Point out.
Point out.
を指摘する。
She pointed out the mistakes in the report. She pointed out the mistakes in the report.
彼女は報告書の間違いを指摘した。
Put out.
Put out.
を消す。
He put out the fire with a bucket of water. He put out the fire with a bucket of water.
彼はバケツの水で火を消した。
Run out.
Run out.
使い果たす。
They ran out of milk, so they went to the store. They ran out of milk, so they went to the store.
彼らは牛乳を使い果たしたので、店に行った。
Set in.
Set in.
始まる。
The rainy season has set in. The rainy season has set in.
雨季が始まった。
Set out for.
Set out for.
に向けて出発する。
They set out for the mountains early in the morning. They set out for the mountains early in the morning.
彼らは早朝に山に向けて出発した。
Stand up for.
Stand up for.
を支持する。
She stood up for her beliefs during the debate. She stood up for her beliefs during the debate.
彼女は討論の間、自分の信念を支持した。
Take into account.
Take into account.
を考慮に入れる。
They took into account the weather when planning the event. They took into account the weather when planning the event.
彼らはイベントを計画する際に天気を考慮に入れた。
Take on.
Take on.
を引き受ける。
She decided to take on the new project. She decided to take on the new project.
彼女は新しいプロジェクトを引き受けることにした。
Think over.
Think over.
をよく考える。
She needs to think over the offer before deciding. She needs to think over the offer before deciding.
彼女は決定する前にその申し出をよく考える必要がある。
Turn down.
Turn down.
を拒絶する。
She turned down the job offer. She turned down the job offer.
彼女は仕事のオファーを拒絶した。
Wait on.
Wait on.
に使える。
The waiter waited on the guests attentively. The waiter waited on the guests attentively.
ウェイターは丁寧に客に仕えた。
Worry about.
Worry about.
を心配する。
She worries about her children's future. She worries about her children's future.
彼女は子供たちの将来を心配している。
Depend on.
Depend on.
に頼る。
She depends on her parents for financial support. She depends on her parents for financial support.
彼女は経済的支援を親に頼っている。
Fall behind.
Fall behind.
に遅れる。
She fell behind in her studies. She fell behind in her studies.
彼女は勉強に遅れた。
Fill in.
Fill in.
に記入する。
She filled in the application form. She filled in the application form.
彼女は申請書に記入した。
Focus on.
Focus on.
に集中する。
She needs to focus on her studies. She needs to focus on her studies.
彼女は勉強に集中する必要がある。
In accordance with.
In accordance with.
に従って。
The project will be completed in accordance with the plan. The project will be completed in accordance with the plan.
プロジェクトは計画に従って完了する予定だ。
In detail.
In detail.
詳細に。
She explained the process in detail. She explained the process in detail.
彼女はプロセスを詳細に説明した。
In general.
In general.
一般的に。
In general, people prefer summer to winter. In general, people prefer summer to winter.
一般的に、人々は夏より冬を好む。
In other words.
In other words.
言い換えれば。
He is very generous. In other words, he loves to share. He is very generous. In other words, he loves to share.
彼はとても気前がいい。言い換えれば、彼はシェアするのが好きだ。
In the middle of.
In the middle of.
の最中に。
She was in the middle of a meeting when he called. She was in the middle of a meeting when he called.
彼が電話をかけたとき、彼女は会議の最中だった。
Leave for.
Leave for.
に向かって出発する。
She left for work early in the morning. She left for work early in the morning.
彼女は早朝に仕事に向かって出発した。
Look after.
Look after.
の世話をする。
She looks after her younger brother. She looks after her younger brother.
彼女は弟の世話をしている。
Look out for.
Look out for.
に注意する。
Look out for cars when crossing the street. Look out for cars when crossing the street.
通りを渡るときは車に注意して。
Look up to.
Look up to.
を尊敬する。
She looks up to her older sister. She looks up to her older sister.
彼女は姉を尊敬している。
Make sure.
Make sure.
確かめる。
She made sure the door was locked before leaving. She made sure the door was locked before leaving.
彼女は出かける前にドアがロックされていることを確かめた。
Make up for.
Make up for.
の埋め合わせをする。
She worked hard to make up for lost time. She worked hard to make up for lost time.
彼女は失った時間を埋め合わせるために一生懸命働いた。
On duty.
On duty.
勤務中で。
The nurse is on duty tonight. The nurse is on duty tonight.
看護師は今夜勤務中だ。
On second thought.
On second thought.
考え直して。
On second thought, she decided to stay home. On second thought, she decided to stay home.
考え直して、彼女は家にいることにした。
Out of place.
Out of place.
場違いで。
She felt out of place at the formal event. She felt out of place at the formal event.
彼女は正式なイベントで場違いに感じた。
Put aside.
Put aside.
を取っておく。
She put aside some money for her vacation. She put aside some money for her vacation.
彼女は休暇のためにお金を取っておいた。